Hey guys, today I wanted to sit down and share my nighttime and daytime skincare routine. The weather has been getting colder. We've been running the heat here in the house, so my skin has definitely gotten a lot drier, and I kind of switched up my routine from the last time you saw a video like this, which I think was over the summer. So just quickly, if you're new, a little bit about my skin. I am 47 years old. I have very dry skin in the winter and normal to dry in the summer. I have a little bit of freckling and sun damage on my cheeks, and I also have some fine lines, but I don't normally deal with breakouts. I've also never ever had Botox, fillers, lasers, or any procedures done by a dermatologist. Everything that I've done up until this point has been skincare. Anyway, with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into it right after my little Vlogmas intro. All right, so just quickly before we start, I wanted to share my Shop My Stash item for day 6. This is the RMS blush in the shade Bermuda Rose, and look at how gorgeous this color is. It's so pretty. I'm wearing it today in the video, and my son did really good today. So if you don't know, my son picked 24 random products from my collection and put them in these little bags, and then every day I open one and I get a surprise, and I have to do my makeup around that one item. So I thought this was just a really fun challenge to do during the month of December. So anyway, I love this blush. It is so smooth. It gives your cheeks a little bit of glow, and I think this is the perfect cool tone pink. So anyway, just wanted to share that really quick, but let's go ahead and I guess we'll start with my nighttime routine. So to take my makeup off at night, I was using the La Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Cleansing Oil. As you can see, this is pretty much gone. I can't really get anything else out of it unless I take off the cap and dump it that way, but it's so far down at the bottom, the pump doesn't even work. So in place of this, I started using a cleansing oil from Mixsoon. This is the Bean Cleansing Oil, and also their Centella Cleansing Foam. So these were sent to me in PR, and just because I ran out of this one, I figured, you know what, let me try to use up some things that I already have around the house. So the Mixsoon Cleansing Oil is what I start with, and this is actually a really nice lightweight cleansing oil. I think it does a great job at removing makeup, both waterproof and regular, without stripping your skin's natural oils. And this also has fermented ingredients like fermented soybean extract and barley seed ferment filtrate. So, you know, I do think it's an awesome makeup remover, but like most oil cleansers, it can leave that little bit of like a greasy film behind. So then you feel like you have to follow up and do a double cleanse. So that's where this one comes in. So this is the Centella Cleansing Foam, and I absolutely love this cleanser. It has a slightly acidic pH value, just like our skin, and it also has Centella asiatica extract, which is soothing and calming to your skin. I just love how light and fluffy it feels. It rinses away so easily, and it doesn't leave my skin feeling dry or stripped, even though it's a foaming cleanser. So I enjoy this so much. I actually have been using it in the morning as well, just by itself without the cleansing oil, and it's just a nice, like, good refreshing cleanser in the morning. So this routine has been working out okay for me, but I do think I'm gonna go back and just grab another bottle of this. I just feel like the La Roche-Posay, you know, it's a cleansing oil, but it's also a foaming cleansing oil. So unlike this one, this doesn't leave that greasy film behind, and I don't have to do a two-step cleanse. I can just wash my face with this one product. It breaks down all my makeup and it rinses away clean. And it's also really gentle on my skin. And I just, like I said, I went through this entire bottle. This took me almost 2 years to finish. So the fact that I finished it, I mean, that shows you right there like how committed I was to this cleanser. It's amazing. So I will fully admit I'm just way too lazy to do a double cleanse at night. I've only, like I said, been doing this just because I had it sitting around and I figured I would try it, but I think I'm gonna go back to this one. So next up for toner, you guys know I've been using a lot of the milky toners lately. I talked about the Thayer's one, the Bioma one. There's a few different ones that I really like a lot. I also really enjoy the Haru Haru Wonder toner, which I was using a lot in the spring and summer. But as my skin has started to get more dry, I decided to try something that you all recommended to me, and I'm so glad I did. This is the Dr. Surical, I think I'm saying that right, Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. So this is an essence, not a toner, so it's a little bit thicker, but it's a dual phase essence. So it has a creamy layer sitting on the top, and once you mix it together, it just makes the most deeply hydrating formula ever. I love to just pour this out in my hand and then pat it into my skin. It absorbs so nicely and it makes my skin feel incredible after cleansing. It has the tea extracts for antioxidant protection. It also has probiotics, it has B vitamins, and I usually kind of wait till the first layer sinks in and then I'll follow up and do a second layer. And I find that that really helps to lock this in and really saturates my skin completely if I do at least 2 layers. So for me, this step has been just a game changer, and I find that my skin stays hydrated throughout the night instead of like if I just cleanse my face and put on a moisturizer. It dries out. I wake up in the morning, my skin feels tight. But when I use a step like this in between, it really helps to lock in that moisture. It's so good. The next step after an essence is a serum, and this is one of my favorite serums. I've been using this for a while. This is from Numbuzin, also a Korean brand, and this is their protein 43% creamy serum. So, oh my goodness, this is amazing. It has 10 proteins to fortify your skin's barrier. It has oat, rice, almond, corn, pea, milk, soy, and lupine protein. And those make up 40% of your skin's barrier. So it's putting all of that back in. It also has ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, panthenol, and probiotics. So it's literally like the ultimate barrier serum. There's a bunch of different ones out there these days. I haven't tried anything as good as this. It is fantastic and it's not super expensive. It makes my skin feel so plump and bouncy and healthy and just full of hydration. I've noticed a huge difference after starting to use this, so I absolutely love it. I've been using this for a while now. It's so good. And then once a week, I like to use an exfoliating serum. I don't like to over exfoliate because I have really dry skin and you don't want to go crazy because then you're going to disrupt your skin's barrier. But I love this one. This is from Bubble. It's called the Moonwalk Gentle Exfoliating Serum. So if you have dry or sensitive skin and you feel like you can't use exfoliants, this one is amazing. It's billed as like an exfoliant for beginners. And I know like the Bubble skincare line in general is sort of targeted toward teenagers, but the ingredient deck on this is really impressive and it's affordable too. You can get this at the drugstore. So this has a nice creamy texture. It's a little bit on the thicker side and kind of reminds me a little bit of something like the Sunday Riley Good Genes, but just way more affordable. And this has a 7% blend of lactic acid, glycolic acid, azelaic acid, and malic acid. So that sounds kind of harsh, but it never causes any irritation for me. It also has centella in the formula and glycerin and squalane, so it's also like really deeply hydrating, and I just find that those kind of balance out any irritation that you might get. So I have never had a problem. I feel like this makes my skin just as baby smooth as the Sunday Riley Good Genes, but just for way less money. And I love that my skin never gets red or irritated after using this. They say you can even use it daily. Again, I don't like to do that just from past experience. I notice if I exfoliate too much, it can start to cause issues. So once a week is normally perfect for me. Twice a week, I would say at the most. Then for moisturizer, I am still using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This has been my favorite moisturizer for a couple years now, and I'm still using the little sample size that I got over the summer because I was sort of holding off on buying that big size. It's really expensive, and I was holding out for Black Friday when I get the 25% off at Tatcha. So that's usually when I buy it and restock. But this moisturizer is honestly just the best. It is so creamy. It leaves my skin almost looking like a glazed donut. It gives you that really glass skin look. I feel like most moisturizers just sort of sink in quickly, but this one really leaves my skin feeling and looking dewy for longer. And I know that Tatcha is kind of one of those overhyped brands that a lot of people talk about, but I really truly have never regretted buying this, and I've repurchased it so many times. So it's a good one for sure. But I also wanted to mention a drugstore option as well, because I know the Tatcha is really expensive. And this is something that I've actually been using more and more lately, and I've really been loving it. This is also from Bubble, and this is their overnight hydrating sleeping mask. So this really packs a punch. Again, when it comes to ingredients, it's like I was reading them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was blown away by what's in here and I just had to buy it. So it has maple sap to protect your skin's barrier. It also has mandelic acid, which is a really mild, gentle exfoliant. So again, not something I want to use every night. It also has kojic acid, which brightens your skin and fades sunspots and age spots. It has sodium PCA to bind moisture to your skin cells. It has arnica to help soothe red and inflamed skin. So it really does everything. It exfoliates, it lightens sunspots. It's super hydrating. It's just like an all-in-one kind of spa treatment at night. And whenever I use this, I wake up in the morning, my skin is glowing. It is just so good. And similar to the Tatcha, it actually has a really nice, thick, rich kind of texture. And it gives my skin that really dewy kind of glass skin look as well. So this is another great one if you don't want to shell out the big bucks for the Tatcha. All right, so next, moving on to my morning routine. I usually start with this cleanser. Again, this is the Mixsoon Centella Cleansing Foam. I just really love how lightweight this is and non-stripping. I've also mentioned this cleanser from Haru Haru Wonder. I still have this too. It's in my bathroom and I use this, I would say, half the time. So I've kind of been trying to use that one up. I love that too. And I've talked about that in previous skincare videos. It has a really light kind of gel texture, and it's another super gentle formula that's not going to strip dry skin. So I like both of these. Then for the toner step, this was another recommendation from you guys. This is the Mary and May Vegan Blackberry Complex Cream Essence. So very similar to the one from Dr. Circle that I'm using at night. This is one of those dual phase formulas. So you have the creamy layer on top, and then when you shake it together, it forms this really creamy, pale lavender essence. It's actually really pretty to look at. And this is infused with 1,000 parts per million blackberry extract and 80,000 parts per million of jojoba seed oil, which actually is very similar to the makeup of sebum in our skin. So it's like putting that back in. And it also contains blue lotus water for improved skin elasticity, and it has ceramide NP to enhance your skin's barrier. So just like the other one that I use at night, I layer this a couple of times, and I find that like if I were to compare this one to the one that I use in the evening, I would say the Mary and May one sinks in a little bit better and more completely than this. The Dr. Circle one, I find that it leaves a little bit of like a dewiness on my skin. It doesn't feel like it completely sinks in all the way, which is why I like to use this more at night. I think this one's better under makeup. And I would also recommend this one if you're not super, super dry. Like you could use this day and night. It doesn't really matter. It's very hydrating. I would say if you have super, super dry skin, I would go with this one. Otherwise, I think this one would be good for most people. So if you don't want to have to like buy two of them, you could use this one day and night, or you could use this one day and night. Just keep in mind that this is very rich and it might leave your skin a little bit dewy if you don't want that under makeup. I would say if you're only going to buy one, probably go with this one because this is the one that I bought first and I was using it day and night until I got this one and I realized like, oh, this one is really rich and would make a great nighttime essence. So this one is just a really great all around essence. So then after the essence, I use another product from Bubble, and this is their Daydream Tone and Texture Serum. It has vitamin C and niacinamide. So I've been using this to try to help fade my sunspots and freckles, and vitamin C is an antioxidant for your skin. It's going to combat the free radicals and also give you more of a bright, smooth, even complexion, help to reduce sun damage. Vitamin C has also been shown to help with collagen production. And then this also has niacinamide, which hydrates your skin. It improves your skin's barrier, reduces signs of aging. You also have plant-derived ceramides in here as well to help strengthen the barrier. And alpha-arbutin, which also works to help fade sunspots and discoloration. So it has so many great ingredients right in this one serum. And I know that so many people use the ordinary serums where, they'll use the alpha-arbutin one or the niacinamide one. This has all of those things, but in one bottle. So it's just, again, a really great formula from Bubble and super affordable. So I love this. And then for moisturizer, I've been using another one that was recommended to me by many of you on my last Korean skincare video. This is where I've gotten all these recommendations from. I'm telling you, you guys tell me to try something. I always write it down and check it out. So this is the Isntree Yamroot Vegan Milk Cream. So this is a really great daytime moisturizer. This is on the thicker side for sure. It feels really cushiony and comforting on my skin, and it actually claims to increase the amount of moisture on the surface of your skin by 260% and also by 3.35% down into the deeper layers of your skin. And I love using this in the daytime because it's hydrating, but it also sinks in completely. It doesn't really leave your skin dewy like the Tatcha one. So I like to save this for nighttime, and I like how this one wears under makeup. It doesn't pill. It kind of takes a minute to rub in just because it's really thick, but once it is, my skin feels really comfortable. I used it this morning and my skin stays hydrated throughout the day. And again, it's a Korean formula, so it's more on the affordable side, but also if you're looking for something at the drugstore, I highly recommend the Bubble Slam Dunk Moisturizer. This is another one that's nice and thick and rich, and I was actually using this one during the daytime for months. From about July, I think was when I first got it, and I used it until October when I got this. So this is another really rich formula. And again, I was not expecting that at all because Bubble is sort of geared toward teenagers, and I thought it's not gonna be enough moisture for me, but this one honestly blew me away. It is really, really good. And then of course, the last step in any skincare routine in the morning is sunscreen. That is so important. And I'm saying that as someone who's had skin cancer twice. Wear your sunscreen. It is by far the most important step out of all of these. So the sunscreens, the two that I've been using the most lately are the Beauty of Chosun Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics. I've talked about this so many times on my channel, and also the Bubble Plus One Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. So I find these to work the best under makeup. They're very thin. They don't leave a white cast. They don't have a funky smell. The Bubble one is an all mineral formula. The K-Beauty one is a mix of chemical sunscreens, but I find that the Korean ones don't bother my skin like the American ones do. So I love both of these, and if you're curious as to what my favorite sunscreens are, I tested 30 of them over the summer, and I have a countdown of all of my favorites, so I will put that video right here in case you're interested, and I also have some other skincare videos that I'll put right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I'd love to hear what your favorite skincare products are down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, take care. Bye.